This week we saw a really well-produced Democratic convention, which clearly was seeking to, and I think successfully, sought to construct this big tent, right, that welcomes as broad a political coalition as possible. So, for example, we saw Senator Bernie Sanders rallying against the ruling class, followed by Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker boasting the fact that he is a billionaire. We saw the exonerated Central Park Five on the need for criminal justice reform, followed by prosecutors selling Kamala Harris as the tough-on-crime candidate. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Senator Elizabeth Warren rallying the progressive base, and former Georgia Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, former Congressman Adam Kinzinger welcoming Republicans in the fold. There's one glaring exception this week, which was on the issue of Israel and Gaza and the ongoing war there. The convention heard incredibly moving, searing, compassionate words from the parents of Hirsch Goldberg Poland, who's one of the hostages taken by Hamas on October 7th.
We've met with President Biden and Vice President Harris numerous times at the White House. They're both working tirelessly for a hostage and ceasefire deal that will bring our precious children, mothers, fathers, spouses, grandparents, and grandchildren home, and will stop the despair in Gaza.
And Harris herself brought the crowd to its feet with a condemnation of Hamas's brutality, paired with a call for Palestinian self-determination.
President Biden and I are working to end this war such that Israel is secure, the hostages are released, the suffering in Gaza ends, and the Palestinian people can realize their right to dignity, security, freedom, and self-determination.
But absent from the stage on any day across 4 days were any Palestinian American voices. The uncommitted delegates attempted to negotiate a speaking slot with the DNC, but their efforts were ultimately rebuffed. So joining me now is one of the Palestinian Americans who requested to submit a speech to the DNC for vetting to deliver, Georgia State Representative Ruah Roman, who attended the convention and intended to endorse Kamala Harris, but was not granted permission to speak. Representative, it's great to have you. And I guess what I want to hear from you is what you wanted to say, what you would have told folks had you had the opportunity to get up there.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And I want to be clear, although I'm not an uncommitted delegate, I wasn't even a convention attendee. I was there for a different panel with Arab American Institute. I was asked by Uncommitted if I would help push for a speaker. And that's sort of how the conversation about a speech even started. Some members of Congress wanted to be able to vouch for a potential speaker, asked for some sample language, and we provided it. And the language that we wrote was meant to be in good faith. It included an endorsement. It included a call for unity. It included a personal story. The reality is, anyone who knows me knows I'm incredibly passionate about this issue. I am Palestinian. I have a responsibility for this. And so even though it doesn't call for an arms embargo, those are things we do work for. Even though it doesn't call it a genocide, we still try to capture the massacres that are happening. But at the same time, we understood that this was going to be a moment to show some good faith. And so that is what we were going to talk about.
That point of the good faith, because I think a lot of the discussion about it I saw was about, well, you don't know what they'll say, and I think one argument which seemed legitimate to me is, like, if a person's not going to endorse the candidate or they're going to trash the nominee, like, we're not going to give them a slot. That seems reasonable. But I think the point that I'm hearing from you is, like, you were willing to go up there. I want to just read from the part of the speech. It's okay with you, because You said this in the speech that you released. You said, let's commit to each other to electing Vice President Harris and defeating Donald Trump, who used my identity as a Palestinian as a slur. Let's fight for the policies long overdue, from restoring access to abortions to ensuring a living wage to demanding an end to reckless war and a ceasefire in Gaza. Did you think there was a chance that this would happen?
Yeah, I mean, from my understanding, Uncommitted was told that as long as they were not told no, there was a good chance this was going to happen. And so they were asked to submit names, and this has been going on for a while. This did not start, this week. These negotiations had been ongoing. And from my understanding, I was basically myself and actually Representative Abdel Nasser, who's also a Palestinian in Illinois. We were kind of pushed as, okay, you're elected officials, you're Palestinian, surely we can at least focus on the two of you out of the list of many people that were already submitted. And we were already on that list to begin with. But it was just one of those, let's focus on them. And we still don't understand why there wasn't a speaking slot for any Palestinian. To be clear, it didn't have to be me. It didn't have to be Representative Abdel Nasser. It could have been any Palestinian, and there wasn't a single one.
One of the aspects of this that I found a little confounding about that too, and again, like conventions and candidates are going to enforce the discipline of what they want to say, and that is how this all works. But at this point, it does seem to me that both the bulk of the hostages' families, both American and Israeli, the bulk of the Israeli public, if you believe polling, the bulk of the Israeli security establishment, according to much reporting in Haaretz and other places, the bulk of Palestinian Americans all kind of want the same thing, which is the levers to produce a ceasefire.
Yeah, we had organizations, I mean, so many organizations from Bend the Arc to, obviously Uncommitted was pushing for this. We also had members of Congress request this publicly and privately, including Representative Rashida Tlaib, Representative Cori Bush, Representative Ilhan Omar, but also, we had folks like AOC and others who were pushing and saying, why is there not a single Palestinian speaker? And again, the ask wasn't sort of, we want anything special or different. The idea was, if this is going to be a big tent, can we please make sure it includes everybody that we are trying to reach this year?
I want to read just another, if it's okay with you. Again, I'm reading your own words to you, but because I have the speech
I'm happy to read them too. Sorry.
No. I just, but I was struck by what the text was released. So you said, in this pain, I've witnessed something profound, a beautiful multi-faith, multiracial, multi-generational coalition rising from despair within our Democratic Party. For 320 days, we stood together, demanding to enforce our laws on friend and foe alike to reach a ceasefire, end the killing of Palestinians, free all the Israeli and Palestinian hostages, and begin the difficult work of building a path to collective peace and safety. That's why we're here, members of the Democratic Party committed to equal rights and dignity for all. What we do here echoes around the world. Given the fact the convention's over, what do you see as the next steps here?
I frankly don't know. Like I said, I'm a state representative. This is sort of not our typical forte. And I am in the middle of an election season. I am up for a re-election this year. And my goal has been, continues to be, and always has been, to make people as civically engaged as possible and empower them as much as possible and turn them out to vote as much as possible. We have one of the lowest turnout districts in the state. And for me, what's next hasn't changed. It's going to be to turn out the voters that we need, be there for my constituents, keep working on the issues that matter.